Gemini, you are up for the March Love Energy Reading. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right, so the general readings are already up for March. Obviously, this is the love reading. Eventually, I will start working on the money readings. We're still in February right now. All of the readings are up. The general, the love, and the money readings are up for February. Collective readings are up too. Whatever you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now that I've said all of that, let's go ahead and get into the reading. May I have the energy for Gemini for March? May I have the energy for Gemini for March? May I have the energy? Something's telling me to take this card. I'm going to set it to the side. May I have the energy for Gemini for March? What is it that Gemini needs to hear about love? What is it that Gemini needs to hear about love? What is it that Gemini needs to hear about love? Interesting. Bottom of the deck. Meeting or met through a friend. Meeting or met through a friend. All right. May I have some cards, please? And these could all be the same timeline or they could be different timelines. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. May I have another card, please? Thank you. Wow. Okay, so this particular person, what's at the bottom of the deck? At the bottom of the deck, they regret what they did. They regret what they did. So what did they do? You know better than me. Now, the card I set to the side, wow, I told you. When I tell you, Spirit come through, something told, I did not know what this card was. But as I was touching the card, something said, take this card. And I was like, okay, I'm going to set it to the side and find out what it is. Guess what it is? Toxic love. And all of these three right here is giving me that vibe. I was already getting that vibe before I found out what that card was. So, first card that came out is Karmic. Karmic. The second card that came out is No Ambition. No Ambition. And then third card that came out is Body Odor. So they may have a body odor about them. I honestly feel there's some type of depression here. And I'm not a licensed psychiatrist, psychologist, or therapist or anything like that. I'm just a person sitting here reading the cards and energy. And when I was already looking at all of this, I was getting depression. Like some type of depression. Where they don't like to shower regularly. They don't. And I feel it's because they feel unlucky. Is what it is. Like, I get a what's the point type of energy. And if this is resonating with you, then you know better than me. But that's the energy I get with them. What's the point? It's all, I feel, so many things have happened in this person's life where I really feel you could give them like a $10,000 check and they'll find something negative in it. They won't think about, oh, I can go ahead, I can put grocery in my refrigerator, or oh, I can save it for a down payment on a home, or oh, I can use it to fix up my car, this or that. I just feel like they would find something negative in it. I really, really do. Like, they look for the negative in everything. And it's one of those don't get your hopes up type of situations. which is one reason why they do it, because they're like, okay, well, if I don't get my hopes up, I won't have to worry about being disappointed. And I feel like on your side, you were attempting to be optimistic, and you were seeing things in this person that they didn't see in themselves. And maybe you stayed in the relationship because you were hoping over time they would eventually see in themselves what you saw in them. But yeah. And I guess there were other things that went on because, again, they regret what they did. Now, going back to the other card that was at the bottom of the deck when I first started, this could have been someone that you met through a friend. And maybe when you met or were introduced, it was good. Like maybe they were at their peak at that particular point. Like they were riding, the high vibe. And then something happened. And then I heard, and another thing happened. And then it just could have been it for there. For some of you, for others of you, this person just could have not had a lucky break for most of their life. But still, even with that, you saw something good in them that they didn't see in themselves. So let's go ahead and clarify some of this. Can we clarify karmic, please? Can we clarify karmic? Can we clarify karmic, please? What is it that Gemini needs to hear? Can we clarify karmic, please? What is it that Gemini needs to hear? What is it that Gemini needs to hear? Can we clarify karmic? Woo! That was a lot of cards that just came out, but we're going to take them. Yeah, there was a lack of maturity. They didn't have any structure in their life. They lacked structure. The Emperor came out reversed. Also, they kept secrets too. The Moon. And that's Emperor is Aries and Capricorn energy. The Moon is Cancer and Pisces energy. Yeah, Wounded Warrior, 9 of Wands. Again, I felt they were sent through the ringer, felt like they couldn't catch a break. 3 of Cups. That definitely confirms the friend thing. And then the King of Wands. Whoever you met them through, they were probably a fire sign. If this is resonating with you, where you met them through someone, the individual that you met them through may have been a fire sign. It's strange because I feel like this could have been a friend at work. I also feel this person is younger than you because the Page of Wands is here too. I also feel that sometimes their messages could have been immature. And also they may have been focused on the physical more than other things too. Is what I get. But there was some type of tie to them. I think because of this 9 of Wands energy with the Wounded Warrior, where you noticed how they were getting hit with all of these bad things happening to them. But they still kept going. They might have been pessimistic. They might have this dark view of things, but they're still here, if you know what I mean. Like they haven't decided just to be like, okay, I'm over it. And I also feel that there is some, my eyes itching, there's some bit of hope left in them. And I think that's what you were trying to lock on to and hold on to, because you kind of see that hope in them. It's just really, really small, and it's hard to bring it out of them. And I feel either you've given up or you're about to give up, because their negative vibration, their negative energy is starting to affect you too, which makes the love toxic. Can we clarify no ambition? Can we clarify no ambition? No ambition. Can we clarify that for Gemini, please? Thank you. Right, we have the Hierophant and we have the Seven of Wands. For some of them, it isn't necessarily that they don't have ambition. That's part of it. It's more of they're stubborn. Where they're so stuck to their beliefs, they don't want to deviate outside of their beliefs. So if something was in front of them that might be beneficial to them, if it doesn't match up with their beliefs, they're not even going to give it the time of day. They're not even going to commit to it. And I feel that might be the other thing that's frustrating you about this individual, is that they've actually received some solid opportunities, but they've turned them down due to their beliefs. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And Hierophant is Taurus energy, Seven of Wands, fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Can we clarify body odor? Can we clarify body odor, please? Okay. These just went, it's 2 cards. Yeah. Okay, I have a gnat flying around me right now. I'm about to start clapping and doing that to hope I catch it in a minute if it keeps on. But the Tower is here. Tower is about shocking or surprising. So definitely that is strong. Also, this is Scorpio and Aries energy. You could be dealing with one of those signs. I believe they will make a change. The other card that came out, yeah, 2 of Cups. Partnership. Interesting that we're talking about water, because body odor, water. But 2 of Cups is here. 2 of Cups can be partnerships. Also, 2 of Cups can be soulmate connections, things like that. In this particular reading, in this clarification, I'm looking at the 2 of Cups as effort. I'm looking at it as effort when it comes to this. And I believe maybe there is something that's going to happen to them so shocking, Tower, that they realize, okay, I've let it go too far. Or they've already had that moment where it's like, okay, I've let it go too far. Let me commit 2 of Cups to keeping myself up, to taking care of myself, to bathing myself, and doing what I need to do to be presentable to others. To, I don't want to say fit in because I don't like that word. I don't like those words. To make me more approachable to others is what I get. So this person, they're going to change in some areas and not change in others. Whether you want to deal with all that, that's up to you. But because this is a karmic and not a twin flame, do you want to make the investment? Because usually karmics are brought into your life to teach you a lesson and to teach them a lesson. It's not necessarily a karmic is brought into your life for long term. It can be like that. You know, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith are an example of that. They're karmics. But it's not the ideal situation. However, we all have free will, so it's up to you. But that's what I have. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. Podcast carried everywhere. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, Gemini, be blessed.